Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Tanya, and this is Creations with Tanya. Today, I am going to show you just a couple of different quilt block designs that you can use with half square triangles. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you a quick and easy way to make a half square triangle. I have just a layer cake of cream, and I have Boundless Fabrics layer cake of multitude of different types of blues and greens that I'm going to use to make this block, and show you just a few ways that you can just simply rearrange these blocks to come up with some really beautiful quilt patterns. Stay tuned. Okay, so I have taken out all the different color combinations out of the layer cake I showed you earlier, and I've also taken out the 15 pieces I'll need for background color for each of these. So 3 times 5 is 15, and I'm going to show you a really easy way to do a half square triangle, and then we'll see what kind of patterns we can make with half square triangles. And all right, stay tuned. I'm just going to move this aside, and then we will start sewing these together. I do a 1/4 inch seam on all of my sewing. Let's move this out of the way and start sewing these beautiful colors. Ooh, I love these. I'm going to make a quilt out of this, the whole layer cake. Alright, so I'm going to take the first set of blues I have here, and I'm just going to put the background color on top of the first color I have. So there you go, there's the first one. And don't worry about it not being straight, just eyeball it as best you can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew all the way around the square a 1/4 inch seam, and when I'm done that, I'll be back to show you how these half square triangles come out of this one square. Alright, so I have sewn a 1/4 inch seam all the way around the square, and I have my ruler and my rotary cutter, and what I'm going to do is cut from corner to corner on this square. It's always a good idea if you have a mat that rotates, you can use that, or put it on a smaller mat, and like this, just easier when you're cutting. Then you can just move the mat around, so because we're gonna cut from corner to corner here and from corner to corner here. So alright, so let's do that. Each corner. Go, and then this corner, and I have my iron heating, so I like to press to the dark side, so I'm just gonna bring over my mat and I will press them open. Alright, so I have the dark side up, and I'm just gonna take my iron and set the seams. And then all you do is fold the dark side over. And there you go. Well, you get 4 half square triangles out of that one piece. Yes, these half square triangles are big. They are 5-inch square. I just thought it'd be fun and easy to make a quilt block or quilt patterns with the bigger piece so that you can see what's going on. I'm just gonna cut off these dog ears, and I am going to sew up the rest of the blocks and have all those half square triangles ready to go so we can play with them and see what types of different blocks and designs we can make out of these half square triangles. All right, I'll be back. I thought I would show you another way to do half square triangles. So I've taken 2 pieces from my background fabric as well as my color fabric, and they're 10-inch squares from my layer cake. And I have drawn on a diagonal, each corner to corner, I've drawn a middle line. If you don't have a handy dandy steam marker like this with a line down the middle, because with this all you need to do is put it on the fabric in the corner like this, and you can draw the 1/4-inch seam on each side so that you'll sew along these lines here, both this way and this way. And then once you're done sewing, we're going to cut the center line, and then we're going to cut this way, and this will give me 8 half square triangles instead of the 4 I showed you how to do earlier. So I'm going to just sew these. All right, I'll be back shortly. All right, I have sewn on each side a 1/4-inch seam from the middle line from each corner to corner. So I have it on my turnable mat here. So I'm just going to take my rotary cutter, my ruler, and get it on the line here and give it a cut. Then I'm gonna rotate it. And cut this as well as here in the center. I didn't mean to move that. Here we go. And now we have half square triangles, and we have 8 of them. So I have kept out of my colors, I have decided to do 6 in the smaller with these colors, 6 in the smaller half square triangles. See? So this will be a smaller version than the one I just did, which is this one here, as you can see. All right, and these half square triangles are 4.5 inches squared. And I'm gonna iron them to the colored side and also cut off these dog ears. So I'm gonna do that, and when I'm done sewing and cutting all my fabric, I'll come back and we will find out what types of patterns we can use. All right, I'll see you shortly. All right, I'm back, and as you can see, I have cut and ironed and trimmed off the little dog ears from the blocks, and this is just one layout you can do with half square triangles. It's the hourglass, and this is roughly 27 inches around, just laying out like this. So of course you're going to do your 1/4 inch seam, so it'll probably be roughly around 26 inches square. So, but I mean, you can add on more, so another block to one side and a couple more rows of the same block down below, and there you go, you have a nice cute little lap quilt or throw. And this would be very quick because of how big the blocks are. You could probably get it done quite quickly in probably a day if you need something quick and easy to sew up for a gift. Also, some quilt ideas you might like to think of for stuff like this, even just like maybe echoing the lines of the hourglass would be kind of fun. Anyways, let's see some more patterns with this block half square triangle. So for this little block layout with half square triangles, I use the smaller ones. So they're 4.5 inch square, and I think this is just adorable. So like there's a square here, and then you have the hourglass here. So I think that is so cute. I like this, and this would be a great quilt to use, like block to use for a quilt top as well. And just by moving some of these pieces around totally changes the block. I am gonna move them around and I'll come back and show you the other. So just by replacing some different colored blocks, you get this sort of pattern with it. So I switched, these were the medium blue, I switched them out for the lighter blue, and then I put the medium blue here. Kept the center still dark, but yeah, it was so cute too. Let me show you a couple of more different block patterns, and I'll be right back. So just by switching out some colors and making and turning around these squares, I've now made the center the background color, and then I've put these as the hourglass, and these are very close to like flying geese, and the medium blue is what I use. So there's another quilt block pattern you can use. You can do flying geese, you can do pinwheel, just to name a few. I can show you there's a zigzag as well. Yeah, let me do a couple more, but there are so many different ways. And here is a flying geese pattern you can do. How cute is that? And here's another cute design. I love it. There's so many different patterns you can make. It's mind-blowing. Anyways, those are just a few of the different types of patterns you can make with half square triangles. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope everyone has a happy quilt day. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.